I have been sleeping with my wife's sister for the past year. We are both married with kids, but our spouses don't put out. My wife and I started dating when we were 18, her sister has been dating her husband since around the same time we started dating. Her sister is 37 and I'm 32. There has always been strong sexual tension between her sister and I. The innuendos always seem to get stronger and stronger. At one point when we were both just dating, her sister told me that she was going to break up with him and that she wished there were two of me. She said things like that for a long time. Fast forward to about a year ago. We both have 2 kids. Her husband has not wanted to have sex with her for 2 years. My wife has not wanted to have sex with me for probably 3 or 4. When we do, it's routine. Her husband was at work, my wife was at a hair appointment, and the kids were all playing in the yard. Her sister and I got to talking about it one day. I said something like, "Do you realize I haven't gotten a blowjob in 6 years?" She responded with, "Well, I haven't gotten fucked in 7 months, so there." We were both in the kitchen, the blinds were down, and the sliding glass door was on the other side of the room. I just went for it and kissed her. She reciprocated and it turned into a 10-second make-out. She just smiled and goes, "How long have you been thinking about doing that?" I go, "About 15 years. She goes, "Me too." Then she goes, "Just to be sure, nobody needs to know, of course." I said, "Of course." She texted me that night and said she had been thinking about the kiss and how exciting it was because it was probably not the right thing to do, etc. We went back and forth on text for probably an hour. It went from playful to us texting each other that we had imagined fucking the other one for a long time. I said something like, "Just be sure the next time you wear a dress or skirt in front of me you're not wearing any underwear so we won't have to waste time." She laughed and was like, "You wouldn't, you know this is just us texting back and forth because we're horny." Well, a week later, I stopped over there with the kids at 6 p.m. during the week. Her husband works 7 a 7 p and has a 30-minute commute. My wife was out shopping with her mom. I get over there and she was wearing extremely short shorts. Couldn't tell if it was planned or not at that point. The kids head to the yard. We looked at each other and I just knew. I grab her again and we start making out. I pull her into the bathroom, turn her around, and pull down her shorts. She reaches her hand back and grabs my penis over my pants. I unzip my fly, and yeah, it happened. Was a cucky, less than 5 minutes, but my god it was good. We have been having sex since then. 2-3x/week or whenever we can. We have had sex in both of our houses, cars, restaurant bathroom on one occasion, you name it. I don't regret this at all, neither does she. Nothing has changed in our families, we are just both getting the sex we deserve. I have no intention of stopping having sex with her. So yeah. That's my confess. I'm cheating on my wife and having the best sex of my life. First, yes, this is a throwaway. No way I can have this go on my main account. Where do I start? I'm late 20s, male. Been married for 4 years. Have a wife who is probably my best friend. She is also late 20s. We have a 3-year-old kid and my wife is due September 10th with our second. I married my wife because she was one of my closest friends and I felt like she would be a great wife/mother. We've never had that fire in the bedroom. It's been okay, thus the 2 kids, but quite lacking compared to my past. We do have a nice, comfortable life together. We just bought our first house together and we have, outside of sex, a damn good marriage. I've been working a lot of hours over the last 6 months. I fell into this flirty relationship with one of my coworkers, early 30s/F, and we just would have a lot of fun with one another. Mad sexual tension. A few months back things happen and she blows me. It's great. We set up plans to meet up off work hours and we do. Best sex of my life. I've been with 40+ women, so it's not like I don't have anything to compare it to. I don't even know how to describe the sex. We have this chemistry that is amazing. We are in sync with one another so much. And then there is the adrenaline rush. It's fucking amazing. And not to mention, my coworker is in perfect shape. It's like my perfect woman. 5 feet 2 inches and 95 pounds. It doesn't get better than that. And she is such a cool, awesome woman too. She isn't a prude at all and is down to do all sorts of crazy, experimental shit, which is a 180 from my wife. She is also crazy about me, which feels unbelievable. It's been a while since someone has just wanted me to be happy and wanted to please me. It's awesome how into me she is. We had a threesome 2 weeks ago, FFM, that was mind-blowing. It was with one of her boyfriends and it was porn-level sex. I've had a devil's threesome before, but this was my first traditional threesome. Unfucking believable. It was great. There weren't any rules and we all had a blast. We haven't had a repeat performance, but I'm praying we do. Now there is a huge fucking downside to this. Which is namely the guilt. This is the first time I've ever cheated on my wife. I'm so conflicted about how to feel about this. On one hand, I am having the best sex of my life and having an unbelievable time. On the other hand, I am cheating on my pregnant wife. Which is kind of fucked up. I'm tempted to leave my wife and just jump back into the casual hookup game. Maybe I settled down too early. I do have a kid that I love to death. He's awesome and like a mini-me, and we are having another baby next month. I think I would miss them so much. My wife and I have a pretty solid life together too. It's a lot to walk away from. I'm not too keen on confessing, and regardless of what I do, I won't confess. So this confession here is going to have to do.